it's Theresa here of Larkin Design, and welcome to my Bermuda honeymoon album. Today I'm sharing with you the fifth layout, and I am still working on photos that I took at the hotel that we were staying at called the Grotto Bay. And so I'm working on the back of this divided pocket page. It's 3 by 3 squares. The album is 9 by 12, and so if you saw the last process video, you saw the front of this pocket page that was also a full-size photo, and then I'm doing another full-size photo on the back. And so this was a really pretty gazebo that was out over the water that is part of the hotel property. And I'm just going to divide it up into my 3 by 3 squares and place it in the pockets. I try to do this really systematically so that I don't lose my place where each one of the cut up pieces goes. But I like doing this. There were some photos in this project that I felt needed a special focus or emphasis. And so I'm trying to include larger photos and full-size photos. And this is a fun way to do that, and it not just be a plain photo, but then to use up some of these smaller divided pocket pages too. And it really gives a little bit of oomph to the album itself. I think right now I'm only doing this once or twice throughout the album. So it's enough that you can appreciate it, and I really do like using some larger photos and being able to emphasize some special places that we were. So there you can see the back of the page protector that was the enlarged photo of the hotel and how I embellished that. And then this one I'm going to do something different for embellishing. So we'll get to that here in just a minute as soon as I have everything placed. These page protectors, they're from Studio Calico, and they are pretty true to size, so I haven't had to struggle too much with trimming down. And then my photos are they're printed here at home on my Canon Pixma IX6820, and there is the photo placed in the page protector. And so I'm just gathering a couple of things that I have in mind that I think I might want to use. At this point I'm not really sure yet. So you'll just see me go through some of these supplies and try some things and set it aside, try some more things and set it aside. I do have this little it's a plastic strawberry container. Probably came from Target. I don't remember. But I have all of these little ephemera and journal cards and little fun things set aside in this little bucket. So I'm gonna just go through it, and I'm really just gonna pull out some things that I like. And again, I just have no idea really what I'm gonna do. I'm just trying different things, and I really just want to put a title on this photo. I don't want to do any journaling, and I don't want to do heavy embellishing. Mostly what I'm going after is some kind of title. So the things that I have in this bucket, they're some products from Amy Tangerine over the years, some things from Pink Paisley from Paige Evans, and some My Mind's Eye on Trend, and then also the Oasis collection that just came out, and the name of it just left my brain. Crate Paper Oasis. I just said that, didn't I? Okay. So some of the other products that are included in this strawberry bucket are Crate Paper Oasis. Oh, now I'm going to crack myself up. Okay, so I also have these little transparent elements. Some of them are from Dear Lizzie, maybe the Saturday collection, and some of them are from Maggie Holmes. And this one is from Dear Lizzie, and it says On an Adventure. And I end up layering that over top of the photo, and so I'm splitting it across 2 pockets and just stapling it to each of the photos. There. And with all the greenery, those tiny attachers, they don't even really show. So yeah, I like how that looks. It's really simple, really understated, and then I'm going to add just a couple of hearts. This was from Pink Paisley as well. There. And that's like literally all I'm going to do to that photo. So on the other side are more photos of the hotel and the greenery and these beautiful skies. Oh my goodness. So I'm going to go through and select. I ended up using mostly Amy Tangerine journal cards here. Some of them have been cut from 12 by 12 papers, and some of them were from the cut apart sheets, and they're probably mostly from On a Whim, Better Together. I'm not sure really. I went through my whole Amy Tangerine bucket. I have products from all of her collections except one. So the Amy Tan products are they're all mixed together. I don't really I can't really tell which collection they came from because her collections flow so seamlessly and go together so well. The only collection I didn't get was +1, and I'm not really sure why or what was going on. Usually I pounce pretty quickly on her products. I love her things. And I think that stripe in the middle is actually Dear Lizzie. So I know that what I want to do here is I need to have a little bit of journaling space, and I also wanted to do a date card here, and just to outline the days that we were there. So we left the day after our wedding, our wedding was September 15th, 2012. So we left on the 16th and arrived there on the 16th, and then I think we flew home on Friday. So I want to put that on the date card, and I end up using these Carrie Bradford number stamps just to stamp 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20 on the card. The reason we weren't gone a whole week was because at the time I was in seminary, and I was attending seminary on the weekends on Fridays and Saturdays, so I had to be back for class. So you'll see me here. I'm just going to stamp these numbers on really quick. And I really like these calendar cards, actually. I'm just going to stamp the numbers from the days that we were gone. I think that it would take a really long time to stamp all of the numbers on here. And that's okay. Like, if you wanted to do that, that would be cool. I think that you would want to use slightly smaller number stamps because these filled up the little squares pretty well, and when you add the twos, then they kind of overlap a little bit. Of course, you could handwrite your numbers in there too. And this again is from an older Amy Tan collection. So now that all the numbers are stamped there, I want to add something in that open space, and I really thought that this chipboard sun would be perfect. Very simple, but a little bit of glitter adds a little bit of glitter. And then I rearranged those cards. So my theory on adding cards to my pockets is sort of like tic-tac-toe, where the primarily colorful ones are the X's, and the primarily white cards are the O's, and just every other one. And then when I went to put that in the pocket, I found out that it was trimmed just a little shorter than the card behind it. The layout on the next page was already done. It's one of the layouts I did for the Celine Studio Beginnings collection for Project Mouse. And so this journal card was a little short, so I used some of that washi tape to fill that in, and it kind of adds a nice little contrast. It's an Amy Tangerine washi from On a Whim. And then I'm going to write my journaling here just using these little stripes. I'm always on the lookout for patterns like this that have stripes or grids or whatever that make it easier to make journaling cards. So this was an automatic, yep, there's a journaling card. And I didn't embellish it or anything, it just strictly has the writing on it. Now I am going to embellish this honeycomb pattern. And it takes me a minute to figure out. At first I thought I was going to add that little chipboard stamp, but it felt a little small on that big card. So I'm going to go through my bucket again and see what looks like fun to add. And these are some of the things from the Oasis collection. So in the end, it's this little ephemera. And then there was a arrow paper clip that was attached to the card behind it. And so it worked out perfect to just to have that arrow overlapping on this side as well. And then I'm going to add a few lines to this card and a little bit more journaling as well. And really the focus of my journaling on this layout was about how we don't have many opportunities to travel, just me and Alan, or to be alone, just me and Alan. And so it really was a gift that we got to take this honeymoon and got to go away for 4 or 5 days without the kids. That was something really special and something that really meant a lot to both of us. It was nice to have a few days together alone. That was awesome. So I also added just a little leaf And again, this was from the Crate Paper Oasis collection. And I'm feeling like it still needs just one more little thing, so I grabbed my stash of puffy stickers and added this little pineapple. Am I the only one that's like totally obsessed with puffy stickers? Oh my goodness. I just want them all. And there you can see the back of that layout, which was the beginnings, the layout for the beginnings collection. I also want to just add just a simple embellishments to each of the photos. And so this photo here on the bottom, the dark corner that's in the right on the right hand side, it's actually a wall. It's a wall that follows this curve pattern that they used in the architecture throughout the hotel site. But it turned out a little bit dark, and I did not edit these photos at all. I just printed them way back when. And so I just added a little tag and a little tiny heart over top of that dark part. And then for the top photo, I'm just adding a word banner. And so that's going to wrap up this layout. And I'm going to close everything out and share a couple of detail photos with you. I hope that you will like and comment and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you back here again soon. Thanks again, you guys. Bye-bye.